we have a special guest in studio.
Yes, I'm so excited. So for those of you that don't know, I am the production assistant and a field producer for Temple's show, Temple Talk. It's an entertainment show that airs once a month. And these two little ladies, they came on and they were talking about such an amazing cause, such an amazing movement that they started called the DreamWalk Fashion Show. And I was like, I got to have them on air. So today I'm with the Scaffidi sisters and their mom. They are the founders of the DreamWalk Fashion Show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my God. So I know Mike is
No, wait. Let's just pause for a second. I am so happy because the microphone that their mom is on is so finicky. And now it's working. This is the first time where it's ever worked all together. I love it.
Yes. So I know Mike, because I was trying to explain it to him, but I know he had a few questions for you guys, so you want to ask them?
Yeah, so just to get our listeners up to speed, what exactly is the DreamWalk Fashion Show?
Okay, so if I were explaining it to someone who's never heard of the DreamWalk Fashion Show before, I would tell them to picture the Victoria's Secret Fashion Show, which is once a year, and it's filled with glamour and glitz and performers and beautiful people. But like their show, we have all of the performances and models, but we have very diverse and inclusive set of women and men that will walk the runway. We have all different shapes, sizes, ages, ethnicities, disabilities. Literally, there's no requirement. You can get up on a stage if you want to get up on a stage.
That's amazing. Like, I have chills whenever you like, oh my God,
So,
I'm everywhere. Ooh.
with every amazing idea like this, there's always an inspiration or something that triggered all this. So what was the main inspiration for the DreamWalk Fashion Show?
So it actually came to us back in 2016. We were sitting on the couch, and every year my sister and I watch the or the Victoria's Secret Fashion Show. So we're sitting on the couch, we're watching the show, looking at the beautiful costumes, looking at all of the angels, and again, looking at each woman and realizing, gosh, they all look the same. They're all about 6'2" or 6 foot tall. They're all about, 130 pounds. They're a size 0. And as beautiful as they are, it kind of starts to make you feel bad about your body because my sister and I, we're both 5 foot tall. So I will never be allowed to walk a fashion runway.
You're 4'11".
I'm 4'11". I'll never be allowed to walk a fashion runway because there's this very specific, very cookie cutter shape. And as we're watching the show, we said, you know what? There's probably millions of people who are watching this right now who are getting down on their bodies. And it's not fair and it's not the way things should be because we really are a diverse world. And there's so many different things that make us unique and beautiful that it's time we change the script. And it's time we do something to make people realize that your differences are what make you beautiful.
That's amazing. That's absolutely incredible. We need more of that because, I feel like especially for girls, I don't know so much about guys. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I feel like we've always been having the idea, embedded in our head that we have to look a certain way. We have to be a certain weight. We have to be perfect inside and out. So I think with you guys doing this is just a great way to show it is okay to be a little bit overweight. It is okay that you have a disability. It is okay that you've been through this because it shows that diversity makes our world go round because if we were all the same, we would be boring.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we have stories of models in our show. For example, one of the girls, and to be a model, the way you got accepted was you didn't have to be a certain physical requirement. You told us your story and you told us what you wanted to inspire in the world. And we read these stories and we were literally crying, the whole team. It was so hard to choose because so many people were inspiring. But a lot of the models, they were telling us about when they were younger, they were bullied. And some were bullied because they had skin conditions, whether it's vitiligo, where your skin is different colors. Some of them had psoriatic patches that kids would make fun of them and say that, you had cooties because this person touched that and now they wouldn't sit in that chair. So the stories were just horrible. And all of that comes from not being aware and not knowing about all the struggles that people suffer. I mean, we have women that have given birth and have scars from that. We have people that have been in car accidents and have, large scars in their body that they hid for years because they thought that they weren't pretty. And now they're finally embracing it.
Yeah, but we also have people, when you're reading their story and you look at their picture, they look perfectly normal.
So, and you don't think that they go through that.
And yet they're suffering from eating disorders or bulimia or have some sort of anxiety or depression.
Mm-hmm. But it just goes to show you that you can't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that that's what you promote. It doesn't matter where you come from. You're beautiful no matter what. Especially because girls are oh, Victoria's Secret Fashion Show, girls. You guys have guys in there too.
Yes. They reached out. So we're like, sure, why not?
And we also have a couple of transgender individuals and people that are really getting out there to help support those who might be living, in shame or in fear that they can't do these sorts of things or they can't come out to their families. I mean, some of the models in our show were disowned by their parents when they said they were gay, and to be able to get on stage and to help others and inspire others struggling with that, we think that's one of the most amazing things the show can accomplish.
Yeah, I have so many chills right now. I've heard this before, but I feel like every time that you guys talk about it, it's so surreal. But obviously this doesn't come easy, and I'm sure that you guys face so many obstacles. How did you overcome them? Did you think it would watching them do this? Do you think that it wouldn't have ever happened?
It's an awful lot of hard work and determination.
Yeah.
We really don't come from a background of broadcasting or television, and it's incredibly eye-opening to see the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes. So this has really become a full-time passion for them because promoting and producing a live show encompasses a lot of different areas. There's the stage crew, there's production, there's lighting, there's sounds, there's the set designs that my house looks like a Blizzard blueprint. I've got set designs in my dining room and wings on the dining room table, and there's a lot that goes into it. So that's why we really want to promote it and have people come out, because you cannot envision what a great, amazing, fun night this is going to be.
I'm so
well
excited.
Worth it. You will be blown away at how much fun this is going to be.
That's amazing. So what type of obstacles did you guys have to overcome? Obviously it doesn't come naturally, and it's not we want to do this. There definitely had been bumps in the road.
There's definitely bumps in the road. And I'd say the first thing was, last year when we created the idea, we had to find the models. So what we did was we literally used social media and Instagram, and we slid in people's DMs. So I mean, as bad as and good as social media can be, there are positive, and just reaching out to these people and sending them a message asking them if they want to be a part of a body confidence video that can make a difference, and everyone just said yes. So last year we had to reach out to everyone, but this year we had over 300 applicants. So it was insane.
Yeah, and then there's also the financial element. So when you decide to create something that's never been done before, it's really hard to get people on board. You have this vision in your head, and you're the ones thinking of it, and you understand exactly what you're trying to accomplish. But that's very difficult to explain to people when you have no example. So last year when we tried to get sponsors on board and we tried to get the show funded, we basically hit a brick wall. And we believed in the message so much that we said we can't just give up because no one understands yet. And we used our own money to fund the event. So we took about $10,000 of our money in order to make this show a reality and to get the message out there. And fortunately, it's exceeded our expectations.
That's crazy.
Last year, the video recap got over 45 million views.
I know, and it's growing still.
It still is. The show itself, we went from having 20 models and one performer to this year it's going to be over 60 people and 3 performers. Temple's own Alcapella is actually one of the performers. So we're rocking the Temple crew, and our producer, Dominic Cuccinata, he's a Temple grad. So we've got a lot of Temple in the show.
Love that. So going off of that, did you ever expect it to get that big?
No. I mean,
we hoped it would get that big. We certainly knew that if we cared this much about the mission and we cared this much about the message, that there were other people who would want to share it. But, I mean, if someone told us we'd be sitting here producing a live show that's going to change so many people's lives, both in the show and those who get to see the videos afterwards, it's still surreal, actually.
That's crazy. I love that because, you're sending out such a positive message. So I kind of want you guys to, break down how the fashion show goes because it's very different from the Victoria's Secret one. So can you, what makes it so different? What do you guys do so that varies from the show?
Yes. So the whole what's so different is probably the models.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
the
major difference. But we kind of do play off of their style of show with the performers that are interacting with the models. So you're on stage with a cool performer, and it's whoa, and they make you feel good. And then we also have a pre-show, a party beforehand, which is for the audience and allows people to get photo ops. We have these 10-foot live angel wings made out of flowers. And you could stand in front and get your own picture so you're an angel.
I love that.
So you're basically getting a photo pop-up in the price of your fashion show ticket. So that's pretty awesome. And then when you talk about the fashion show itself, like Lexi mentioned, the models, they're every shape, size, age, gender, ethnicity. And then also, we're not worried about the clothes they're wearing. So our fashion show isn't about the designer, which is pretty much the only fashion show in the world that's not about, who's making the clothes. It's about the models wearing the clothes and what they hope to inspire. So they actually create their own costumes for the show
love
because
that.
we want them to feel comfortable and to be able to really create something that embodies their personality.
And I know because I was reading more about it. So Victoria's Secret has their angels. You guys have dreamers. I think.
Yeah.
And all three of you are dreamers.
Yes.
Are all three of you going to be in the show this year?
Well, Alyse and I come at the end of the finale, but
We have a couple of elements that my sister and I are going to be involved with. We
Okay.
have a Dreamer Award actually as well
Yes.
this year that's going to be presented. So really the whole mission of DreamWalk and then the Dreamers is it's people who are trying to make the world a more inclusive, accepting, and beautiful place.
I love that.
So we really just want to keep honing in on that message throughout the show.
so it's not just a fashion show.
it's a message.
Yes, it's a whole type of
Movement.
fun night where you get to be involved and you just leave smiling and dancing and just feeling great.
And I get to walk the fashion show too
Yes.
as bite-sized mom. So I'm there to promote that anybody over 50 is not dead and in the grave. I mean,
Oh
we're
my
still
God.
alive and vital and doing things.
Yes.
And we want to promote body confidence in my age group too, because
absolutely.
there's still a lot of
Life
life
left.
left.
Oh, 100%.
So it should be a lot of fun.
All right, Mom. So I got a question for you. So everything they've done for other people, how does that make you feel as a mom?
That makes me feel that I've done a good job because you have to look outside of yourself and see how you can help other people. And their mission is truly to help other people to become confident individuals and not worry about, as young girls in high school and adolescence, you can encounter bullying. You can encounter being made fun of. You can not feel as good as your other friends because you don't have the long legs or the long hair, or your body confidence image is very fragile. And so I'm happy that they've developed a good sense of themselves and being confident and being able to do things and being independent. And that's the message that they're trying to transfer to other young women and men out there, to be confident in themselves and go out and be the best they can be. So I'm as proud as could be.
Good.
I love that.
All right. To the
Yeah,
girls.
emotional.
Have you both always wanted to be involved in the fashion business? Because I know one of you is a pharmacist
Yeah. And one's an accountant.
and one's an
So
accountant. But
that's not glamorous at all.
where have you guys all? Because obviously you guys are also dressed the
I
part.
wish you guys could see them. I want to wear
We'll
like
post a
all three of
picture.
their outfits.
We'll-
I was like, where'd you get this?
We'll
idea?
get it up on social media, but I saw their jackets alone, and I was like, "Wow, those are like
Sparkles.
I've never seen something like that." But
Yeah.
have you guys always wanted to be involved in the fashion business and make a difference in it, especially being together doing this?
Yeah, so Alyse and I literally have loved like dressing up and walking on a stage and being in the spotlight probably since we were super young.
Yeah.
And our mom used to make us all wear matching outfits.
Yeah.
And you
I
might
love
die.
that. My mom was
Oh,
the
so you were
same.
that kind of mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had homemade outfits that we would put on little photo shoots. I mean,
Oh.
we have so many childhood photos of me and Lexi in dresses doing a little model pose here. We're
Oh,
on like
love it.
trees. We've got different poses.
But
Your
once,
Christmas card must have
Yes,
been
the Christmas
exceptional.
card was very extravagant.
but like we said, we're very short individuals. I'm like 5'2". Alyse is like 4'11". So in modeling, there's physical requirements. Like once
Yeah.
you get to a certain level. So after we realized we're not going to be doing that as a professional,
Well, after you read the applications, like we were looking into modeling, and it would say no, you must be 5'8". You must be 5'8". Okay, well, unless I'm wearing 8-inch heels, I cannot go to that application.
so we kind of just like went on with our careers. And my mom's like, you got to get a job. You got to make money. So we went and did that. But like, you don't lose who you are.
Absolutely.
So like, we love dressing up and we love wearing wild clothes. So that stays with you. And even though you can't do it on a professional level, you can still use social media to promote it or make someone's day or just go to the bar. Like, it just stays with you. So that's when we're like, we can't give up. So
do it for yourself.
right.
I think it was your passion. So you like hair and makeup and nails and,
Yeah.
and crazy clothes and looking different and being yourself and being physically fit and promoting a lifestyle that's sustainable, that you're confident with, and you can go out and make a difference in the world.
Yeah. So that's how
Amazing.
we kind of sticked in fashion, and we do everything together. We live together. We played soccer together. We did karate together. So it's like we're 22 months apart. She's
Irish
older.
twins.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Close enough, right?
Yeah.
So it's just made our relationship even better than it could be.
Yeah, because sisters forever, obviously.
Yes.
Family forever.
You know.
So you guys have this video that really, that's how the word about the fashion show came out. And what did it have? I saw like last week, I think it got to like 49.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So I was like talking to my friends. I was like, I'm interviewing these girls at this cause. It's going to be amazing. Like, look at this video. I'm like, wait, it went up from when I first saw it back in the beginning of like September. And I remember I had seen it on Facebook and I was like, oh my God. But when it went viral and as viral as it went, like, what was that like?
We were just so excited.
Shocked.
Yeah, because really the only reason we made this is because our goal was to reach as many people as possible, because the only way to start making a change is to get a message that's loud enough that enough people hear it and enough people demand a change within the fashion industry and on social media to stop using the same one-size-fits-all image of beauty.
Yes.
And we're also really glad that on a larger scale, we're finally starting to see that happen. I mean, we still have a really long way to go, but at least brands like Carey are
Yes,
having
Carey,
campaigns. You know, at least there's companies like Third Love that are, you know, promoting not just one physical body look on
And
there.
even in the fashion shows, like New York Fashion Week had the most like diverse group of models this year, and then Miami Swim Week had a lady breastfeeding and a lady with a prosthetic.
wow.
So I think it's changing very small bits, but I mean, something.
steady
If
wins the
nobody
race.
does anything, then nothing's going to happen. So I'd like to say we're trying to push a little bit of a change.
And when you think of a typical fashion show, you see beautiful fashions up there,
Mhm.
but it's to promote clothes. And if I don't think that I will look good in those clothes, then I'm not part of that fashion show.
Yeah.
So we hope that the DreamWalk Fashion Show, when people come to this fashion show, they will see people up there that look like themselves.
Mhm.
And so they might get ideas for what they want to go home and what they might want to try for whatever reason. But they can envision themselves wearing those clothes and walking that runway. And it really is enlightening. And
Yeah.
it just gives you a new sense of, wow, I can do it too.
Yeah, I love that.
So you guys have been at this for the last, you said 2016 was when you guys first started, correct?
Yeah.
So it's been the last 2 years, and so I'm sure you guys have seen it all. What would you both say was probably the most rewarding thing that's come out of this show that you guys have seen?
Gosh, that's hard.
There are so many rewarding things, but I think, you know, that first year, the 20 women that were involved in the show, after the show, we thanked them for coming out and being a part of it. And the messages that we got back about having been able to change their lives and given them an opportunity, made a dream come true. I mean, they were some of the most heartwarming text messages and most genuine text messages we've ever gotten. So to be able to impact and really see a change in 20 people's lives is, I think, one of the most rewarding things. And it's why my sister and I have been on social media the past couple of years. It's why we started Bite Size Fitness before the DreamWalk Fashion Show. Is we wanted to be a positive role model in a world where everyone tells you you're not good enough, where women are always competing against each other. It's rewarding for us to help each other and support each other and to support others and hopefully start to instill that mentality as opposed to always being against each other and trying to be the best and taking other people down in the process.
Girl power.
Yes.
Love it. So what advice do you guys have for people that want to do something similar, whether it be in the fashion industry and promoting body positivity, gender equality, stuff like that? What advice do you have for them if they wanted to do something like this?
What Nike said, just do it. Yeah, it's the only way that something's going to get done is if you take action towards reaching that goal. You can think of an idea and you can write about it and work on it, but if you don't actually do something to make it happen, nothing is going to take place. So that's kind of what we did. It was a crazy idea. I mean, we have no production. She's a pharmacist. I'm an accountant. But you meet people along the way and they help you if they believe in what you're doing. And I would say to other people that besides just doing it, I think you also should talk to your family and friends and bring up the idea and see if what you're thinking about is what they think could be possible, because sometimes you might have a good idea, but it might not be so good. So you also want their opinion as well before you go headstrong into a $10,000 project.
Yeah. Mom, you must have been like, I don't know, but they did it. Like, they really did it.
And I'm really proud of them, but it took an awful lot of hard work. But the vision that they had and the message that they wanted to get across, I thought was a universal message. So it had to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to wrap the show up in just a couple minutes, but we'll get to one last question. Where do you girls both see the DreamWalk Fashion Show going in the next in the next handful of years?
Well, we are just 2 weeks away from our first ever live DreamWalk Fashion Show. It's in Philadelphia, right off the Walt Whitman Bridge at 2300 Arena. It's on Sunday, November 4th. Tickets are only $25. I mean, you could probably buy a T-shirt for $25. You get a performance by 3 amazing performers, tons of angels, tons of free giveaways. So we hope to see you there. But
Yes,
long
my roommate and I are
term,
going. I'm so excited.
long term,
We hope to be able to keep hosting the shows. We first have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Life Brand, who really believed in the message and the importance of the DreamWalk Fashion Show. So they're helping us have the Philly show, and we'd love to be able to extend it to cities across the U.S. over the next couple of years.
That's amazing. I cannot thank you guys so much. You really, I've been looking forward to this for the last 2.5 weeks. I'm so glad that we got to get you guys on air and that you guys got to promote your message even more so than you already have. So
And
thank you so much for coming.
Tickets are available at www.dreamwalkfashionshow.com, or you can find us on Instagram at DreamWalk Fashion Show.
Yes, everyone, please, 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 even if this hasn't convinced you enough, look into the website. If you are in the Philly area, South Jersey, even if you want to come from California, which I highly recommend, if you can afford that flight, take it. So come to this fashion show. I promise you, you will not regret it. It is I have chills literally throughout this entire thing.
oh,
But it's literally, I cannot begin to explain to you what this means to girls like me, girls that are my sister's age. My sister's 14, and she always struggles with wanting to dress the right way, wanting to look a certain way because bullies. She's afraid to be bullied for the way that she looks. So it is so heartwarming to see that you guys are making such a positive impact at such a crucial time in society. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mom. Thank you guys.
thank you for having us.
Girls, thank you so much. So once again, you can follow them on social media at Bite Sized Fitness on Instagram, as well as at Bite Sized Sis and DreamWalk Fashion Show on Instagram. They had a special request for a song to be played at the end of the show, so we're going to get to that in just a moment. But as always, thank you guys for listening to WHIP Radio, Philly's #1 college radio station. I'm Mike Carey alongside Lindsay Muraskin. So with that being said, we're going to play a little bit of Mirror by Zach. Is that Matari?
Yeah.
Zach Matari. So
Here we go.
as always, everybody stay safe, go Owls, and just remember, you matter.
All right, ladies, to the dance floor, please.
Don't shy away from the beauty on the inside. Summer's here now, and she let it all outside. Step like a queen. Strut your stuff, let it all be seen. God bless, don't care what they think. Girls are popping, beauty marks popping. Curves in the hips, let them do all the talking. Something about you that I wanna get lost. Confidence is something that you got, girl. And beauty in the mind, girl. Put your insecurities away now. Show your colors, different shape and sizes. Proud of who you are, don't ever hide it. Put your insecurities away. Put your insecurities away. Mirror on the wall. Won't you tell them who they are? I said mirror on the wall. Won't you tell them who you are? Mirror, 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 you know who you are. Mirror, 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 you know who you are. Now stop, take a second to imagine walking in the world, no shame to be lavish. Confidently step into the carriage, love yourself, queen it up, girl. I don't know about what you're looking